Hey, this is Steven, and this is a video about bone broth. But instead of making a video on how to make it, we're kind of doing this in reverse, in that I've already made it. So I've got a big pot here. I'm going to show you as I pull out the bones and things like that, how I made it. So you've got a little different perspective on how to do this instead of starting from scratch. So I'm going to remove my lid. One thing that I did not do that I wanted to do was cool this off with enough time so this isn't really hot when I pull this out. So you may see me wince a little bit grabbing these things. So I've got a ladle, and I'm going to pull out this guy, which, you know how when you have shaker bottles and you have that little thing in there to mix things around? Shout out to Living Fuel, Casey Krejci, because I've got his here. So I use this to put in a bunch of herbs. So what I've got in this are like thyme, sage, and basil. Shove them all in there so that I can remove this stuff when the bone broth is done. And then I'll throw this in the garbage. So I will set this aside instead of spending all the time on the video pulling it in the garbage. Then the fun part, I've got 4 beef bones, and these are incredible. Shout out to John Henry at shop.farmfresh, the number 2, the letter U.US. And if you'd like to get unbelievable grass-fed beef, all kind of different things there, wild-caught fish, organic fruits, organic vegetables delivered to your door in the Tampa Bay area, use code StephenDippity and you'll get 7.5% off. So I digress. This has been cooking on low. So what I do to make the bone broth, I'll tell you what I add in a second, but I bring it to a slight boil and then I put it on low for about a day and a half. Then when I go to get the bones out, you'll see that all of this amazing collagen stuff pretty much just falls right out. It doesn't do it completely. So I've got this little tool here that I use with the bones. So there's one. I chuck the bones, or if you have, I should save those for dogs, I guess. I guess the other 3 I'll set aside. These are really thick bones. They're not like chicken bones. So you don't have to worry about a dog choking on or gagging on these things. So I guess that'd be a great treat. And I've got plenty in the apartment building where I am. So boom, check out all that amazing, healthy collagen. Bone broth is one of the best things, healthiest things you can do for gut health. Explain a little bit more. Got 2 more bones to get out of here. If I can fish them out, and this water is still a little warmer than I'd like to be playing with this, but hey, I'm doing it for you, for all of us. So there's that one. That one fell right out, which is awesome. That's 3 of 4. And by the way, you can probably tell I have a garbage can set right next to the counter here to dispose of this stuff. Here we go. Oh, playing on the wrong end of this one. One day I'm going to learn how to speed up my videos so I can move past all of this really quickly, but not today. I'm working on it though, promise you. COVID pivot. And there's number 4. Now, what I did to make this, so when I made this, just so you know, I took 4 beef bones, put them in the pot. I filled this thing up to about, just so the bones were completely covered, I took that little shaker bottle thing, put the herbs into that and just squeezed them in and put that holds them in place. I chopped up an entire onion, kind of in thick pieces because I don't know that I want to have onions in all the batches, so I'll probably remove those as I go along. I'm not going to do it here, but I could strain that out pretty easily. Then I added 1 bay leaf, a few cloves, at least a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. I grated turmeric, fresh turmeric. I grated fresh ginger. I grated, I use a garlic press to add garlic, salt, pepper, healthy salt, healthy pepper. And I think that is about it. Other things you could add if you'd like, whether it's, nothing's coming to mind, but anyway, you can add whatever you want. Then when you're done cooking, this is going to make me at least 3 of these containers. And what I'll do is whatever meal I'm having for lunch or dinner, I'll just throw whatever I want to add into that and almost make like a soup of anything, because I don't really care about the consistency of my food, but I'll just add that to the bone broth. And I've got something that's really, really great for the tight junctions in your gut, for your immune system, healthy fat, collagen, one of the best sources of protein, just really bone broth is really, really healthy. So that's that's kind of about it, what I've got for you here with the bone broth in reverse. Seems like the whole world is in reverse right now, but this is now finished. Again, I brought it to a boil slightly, then I put it on low for about a day and a half, set in my calendar when that was going to be. Then I turn off the stove and wait about 40 minutes so it's cooled enough for me to play with this stuff and get it out. And boom, you are good to go with healthy bone broth.